Hi, you guys. What's up? Welcome back to Fiscal Collective. I'm Ifama. If you clicked on today's video, you are probably curious about the Clubhouse app. So right now, about-ish, marks 24 hours since I finally clicked the link in my invitation and officially became a member. So I just want to share some of my initial thoughts about the app. What is it? And my perception. I know we're pretty early on, day one into the culture of the app. And then finally, if it's somewhere where I think I would have a lot of value. And so let's get into it. So in my opinion, the quick, dirty version of Clubhouse, what is it? It is a Zoom call. It's like a Zoom call for LinkedIn/Instagram. So it's an audio-based app. If I read the Google definition, which is probably like a really good starting point, I think Clubhouse is a live audio app that allows people to listen to or actively participate in live discussions. Nothing is recorded. When the room ends, that conversation is gone forever. It's like a never-ending conference covering eclectic topics. You can just enter a room and start listening. So that is correct. Imagine the app is a house. We all walk in, and on your home screen, it either suggests or you can navigate to find like different rooms that are applicable to you. And so some of those rooms that I encountered, the very first one that I went into was, I can't remember what the exact name was. I should have screenshotted it, but it was like, is Clubhouse becoming elitist or something along those lines? And then the next conversation, so when I was in that conversation, I think it's probably worth talking about like my initial experience. That was like the first room I joined. It wasn't really something that I would not join an app to listen to that topic. And so I was like, if this is going to be like Twitter, but for, I guess, startup founders and funders, then no, not really my cup of tea. 'Cause I'm looking for something to kind of like connect with other brands, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess I'm more so looking for like professional and like personal brand development. So left that room, but then I went into this like really impactful like social media strategy conversation. And I was in that conversation for about an hour or two. You can have, like, the app is almost similar to a podcast, and I think we're all working from home. So if you're not you waltz into a room, you're a participant, and then if something that the moderators or the hosts are discussing piques your interest, you can hit this button, raise your hand, and then you can join in the discussion. What I really, really like about the app is that when someone's speaking or in the overall like room, you can press their profile picture. It takes you directly to like their page that they have, or their bio on the app. And then within their bio, all of the links are live. So if you want to go to their Instagram, you can just press their like Instagram button directly, and it takes you directly to their profile. So I actually think that's a really, really good feature. It's not like when you're on Instagram, for example, and then you see a screen grab of something on Twitter, and then you have to go to like Twitter and like type in the person's name. So I do think it's very, very helpful. My observation, who knows? Because sometimes I feel like these algorithms, they can like create a world that does not exist. They know us better than we know ourselves. But at least my experience of the app was like, it's super duper diverse, which is awesome, because my experience, the rooms that I've been in, the friend that invited me, my other friends that are on the app, I think everyone that I've kind of encountered is very passionate about their brand, or just about somehow like impacting like our economic landscape. So it is cool to be in that room. And it's just like, I feel like when you have productive conversations, you're able to take those ideas and be like, oh shoot, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm not doing, blah blah blah. So it's very helpful and encouraging in that way. But it's like a LinkedIn. So it's not like, this is my own personal whatever. So it's not like a social media app where you're meant to socialize, I guess more like Instagram, if that makes sense, where it's almost like a more personal platform for some people. I did, and I think I've perceived I did not watch a lot of like Clubhouse videos because I didn't want to like taint my experience, because that's what this video is really about. Who are we kidding? I did not give a good description of what the app was at all, but so I didn't want to watch like another video and then that kind of like affects how I feel about something, or I'm like, oh, good point, or whatever. So we're coming in raw. I do want to say that the very first conversation that I was in was very interesting because it was like a meta discussion pontificating about whether Clubhouse was elitist, I believe. And I see a lot of videos about people really talking about like, really talking about, I see a lot of videos of people like really talking about like how to get an invitation. I can give you an invitation. I can't. A friend invited me. I have one invite outstanding, and I think I want to invite it to one of my friends. We have a project that a joint project that we're developing together. So I think he would be kind of the best person that's not on there for me to add. But it seems like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of conversation like, oh, you have to be invited. This is how you get invited. And I don't know if the app if there's utility for everyone. And I say that being like, I don't use Facebook because I don't know what I'm going to do on there kind of thing. So I don't know what that, I personally don't feel like it's elitist. I think a lot of people on there have brands that they're very passionate about. And then I also think that like, not everybody should you shouldn't have to play small, whether that imagery is like big in your mind, like, oh, I'm cocky because I want to be cocky because I think I'm the ish, or if it's just like you have a lot of accomplishments and blah, blah, and your accomplishments are like relevant here, you shouldn't have to play small. So to me, elitism is it's a bit different, right? Like it's a bit like the elites are kind of like looking down, like, oh, you can't do this because you're not this way, and you can't do this. But the app is not built in that way. Any user can create their own room and have a themed discussion, and lots of people join. So it is democratized in that manner. I did not get, I felt like there was a total range of personalities. There's a total range of approaches. There's a total range of feedback topics. So I have not had that experience, but granted, I am 24 hours in. And then thirdly, I think at this point, that's what people do in professional settings. They kind of brag all day. Like if y'all go to LinkedIn, there's like, people celebrate their promotions, but they also celebrate accomplishments, XYZ. So I see elitism different from someone like tooting their own horn. And sometimes I think people should toot their own horn more. So that's my thought. It didn't bother me. And so going forward, I think what I'm working on is just personal branding, and that relates to a lot of things. So it's professionally, like day job type of branding, and then almost like the intersection of like all of my interests, and then Fiscal Collective, which is why we're here, and what I'm actually 100% passionate about, and just putting more context around a lot of the money related discussions that we've had. If you've made it to this point, thank you so much. And then I, just wanted, in the interest of, I guess, transparency, that is, my vision for my channel. I think I've done content on like common scams or like pop culture events, and try to use that as a lesson for like financial literacy. And I genuinely enjoy making that content to a certain extent. I enjoy making that content. I just am not, my channel, it's almost like art to me as well. So there are other things that I care about that are still, I think, on brand for Fiscal Collective. I guess my anxiety sometimes makes me feel like, because I had a mini viral moment off of the Dana Chanel video, that that's the expectation going forward. So that stuff will continue, but there'll be lots and lots of other stuff. One of those things being personal branding. So I'm looking forward to really diving deep into that topic. So I'm wrapping up this video because I want to upload it tonight. Are you on Clubhouse? If so, please comment down below, follow me, I'll follow you back, all of that fun stuff. And then secondly, if you have any pointers, if you're on Clubhouse, if you have any pointers for how to brand yourself, how did you write a bio? Are you interested in my process of writing my bio? I could not really imagine why. That seems lame. But yeah, let's just talk about the Clubhouse app. And if you haven't heard about Clubhouse, let's talk about that too, because it is, it is pretty new. So anywho, hope you guys are having a really great day. It is dark. I have like 3 presentations to work on. Yeesh. So I'm about to get to it. And thank you so much for chatting with me. Talk to you soon. Bye.